today?
A peanut butter and toast.
Oh, that's right, you've had that. Hi guys, this is Court and Shaz coming at you for a nice little spicy number. It's the 100th time that we've done this today. I'm killing poor Sharon here, but it's your first time, so welcome. Today we are going to focus on core and pelvic stability. And we're only going to go through a few exercises, but why we wanted to do this for you guys is because we do feel like it's very beneficial for the yoga practice, and also especially if you're working at a desk all day. It promotes good posture, avoiding like slouchiness, and when we go into certain poses in yoga, whether it be like warrior poses or anything like that, promoting neutral hips and a nice alignment, creating a nice vertic neutral. So as you see as we progress through this segment, why that would be. So we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to start in Dandasana. So this is staff pose, and we will be using blocks for this segment, guys. They will be very helpful if you do have something that resembles a block at home, a tissue box or whatever it may be, a book. Just be creative with it. But if you do absolutely have nothing, we can modify for that for you. So starting in Dandasana, and we'll have our legs just spread shoulder width distance apart, elongating through the spine, hands by the hips, and we'll just close down the eyes here, and we'll take 5 cycles of breath in and out through the nose, and just creating space and awareness for ourselves before introducing any more movement. Last breath here, and on the next exhalation we crack open the eyes if they're not so already, and we will take that block just by our right inner ankle, so the right inner crevice. And this exercise will be done in 3 variations with the block, so low, mid and high setting, and it's a very simple movement. But sometimes the most simple movement, guys, are the most challenging, as we've become very aware today.
It's true.
Yes. All right, so in this position with the block, we're going to create that nice vertic neutral, so the Danda alignment, which is head over heart, heart over hips. So you'll draw the belly button away from the waistband, so we're engaging those lower abdominals. And we'll keep the hands by the hips here. And we'll go for the count of 10. On the inhale breath, we'll lift the right foot and simply hover over the block, and then take it over to the opposite side. And don't feel you need to rush this movement, guys. Eye gaze forward. Last 6, 4, 2, and last 1. 1 down. All right, let's move over to the opposite side. So always reset. If you do feel like you need to shimmy back, make sure that both sitting bones are equally distributed across the mat. Setting yourself up, and for the count of 10, the left foot hovers up and over. Last 6, 4, 2, and 1. Good. All right, guys, taking it up a notch now, and this is a progression, so please feel free not to take it, but I do find with creating that nice vertic neutral, that having our hands up overhead and energetically reaching for the sky does help maintain that neutral alignment. So have a play with that if that feels good for you. We're on the mid setting now. Same goes here, inhale breath for the count of 10, and we go up and over. Last 6, 4, 2, and 1. Woo! It actually does feel easier for me with my hands up.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it does.
Yeah.
So let's go with that, but you know, whatever works for you at home. All right, opposite foot. Inhale, breath, and let's go. Last 6, 4, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, guys, reset. This is a scary one. No, it's not scary. It's not scary. Okay, so if for this one you do want to take your hands to the mat because the higher setting is a little bit more challenging, but just have a play with it. It's okay. We can't see you, so we can't yell at you. No, so we'll never yell at you. All right, guys, let's get this done. I'm going to take the progression, and so is Sharon, or whatever Sharon wants to take. No, she's not going to take it. That's it. She's already taken it many, many times. Okay, inhale, right foot rises. Last 6, 4, 2, and 1. Woo! That's okay, guys. It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
I got too excited. All right, these blocks will be the death of me. No, it's okay. It's okay. We're all about the laughs. All right, hands to sky or hands via the hips. Inhale, breath, and let's go. Last 6, 4, 2, and 1. Woo, pointing those toes. If you want to interlace the hands up overhead, shake it out a little bit. And that is a really good exercise, guys. I learned that from one of my Ashtanga yogi teachers, and she did say it is such a good exercise to do every day for stability and strength, especially if you're working on your inversion practice and things like that. And yeah, it's such a subtle movement, but such a key one to do. So I encourage you to do that. Well, you probably won't do it every day, but like, we can only hope. All right, guys, another little saucy one for you. So we're going to come to a flat back position and take your block or whatever it is you have with you. And we're going to take that right leg to sky, flexing that foot. And before we do anything with the block, just make sure that your left foot is hip width distance apart and you're able to scrape that heel with the fingertips. So it's like we're going into a bridge essentially. And we'll take that block to the right foot, so the sole of the foot. So take your time to place it. So we want that ankle in line with the hip, grounding down through the left foot. And just so we can get like used to this feel of the block being on the foot, we're just going to go through 2 variations, 2 options. Either paint the ceiling, where we simply move the block back and forth. Doesn't need to be too extravagant. Or if you want a little more, we're going to take some little baby circles, 5 rounds on either side. Just focusing on the block. And taking it over to the other side when you're ready. And coming back through stillness after your 5th round on this side. Grounding down once again through that left foot. Either taking the hands to sky or leaving them by your side. We're just going to do a few pelvic lifts here. So this is not so much about height, guys. This is about balance and concentration. So we just want to keep those hips nice and neutral and square to the sky, and try and land the base of the tailbone in the same place as you come down. Let's go for 3 more here. Last one. And slowly coming back down, bending through that right knee, grabbing the block, moving into the opposite side, so setting ourselves up first. So bending through that right knee, we're able to scrape that heel with the fingertips, left leg extends, and we place the block. Now you might have one wobblier side than the other, and that's completely fine. So, whoop, that's gonna happen. I'm sure that's happened to plenty of us, don't you worry.
Holding on by a thread.
Holding on by a thread.
Every time I laugh, it's like.
Oh, guys, that's the challenge in this, you know, it is. And it is also really another good exercise to do in regards to balance and concentration. So this is also good hip disassociation, which means that we're not moving from the hips, we're simply moving from the leg. So I want you to keep your hips nice and still when we do the paint the ceiling or the circle variation, whichever one that you've chosen to do. So on the next inhale breath, we'll begin to create little circles with the blocks, grounding down through that right foot. And for me, these are very micro here because this is not my great side. And reversing those circles when you're ready. And coming back through stillness once you're done. Reset, and we'll move into our pelvic lifts. And if you do want that added support, you can always take those fingertips to the hips as well. And on the inhale breath, we'll rise, anchoring down through that right foot. Exhale, release. Nice subtle movements. And let's go for another 3. Last one. And release back down. Good job. Bending through the knee. Just placing that block to the side for a moment, hugging the knees into chest. Maybe taking the forehead to the knees here for a nice little egg of the universe, pointing the toes. Exhale, release. All right. Are we ready for some crunches? Bring it, she says. Okay, block time. So what we're going to do with the block is we're going to bend through that right knee first. So we've got the same positioning like we did before, so our bridging position. And we're going to take that block to our right thigh. Before we do anything else, we're going to make sure that's nice and firm, and we're going to take our left elbow, so opposite elbow, to the center of the block. So we want to try and break the block apart. That's how much grip and pressure we want to put on the block. And once we've got that, we're going to extend that left leg so the ankle is hovering off the earth, flexing in that foot, taking that right hand up, and on the inhale we scissor the opposite arm and leg together and release. And we're here for another 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Wowza!
You good, Court?
No. No, I'll be fine. I'm just buying time now, guys. Okay. Oh God. All right, let's set this up again. So this time we'll take that right foot that's bent, and we'll take that block to our left side now. We'll take that right elbow. So set yourself up first. And once you're good with the block and the opposite elbow, extending that right leg out long, flexion in the foot, ankles just hovering off, taking that left arm to extend, and on the inhale breath, we begin to scissor. And we're here for another 8, 6, 4, 2, and last 1, and release. Whew. So good, guys, and I remembered to count this time correctly. The Pilates count. Oh God. Okay, guys, let's just take a moment, hug the knees into chest, and we've got one more exercise to go, double leg extension. And we'll use the block for this one, but not necessary if you don't have a block or if you're just over the blocks. That's completely fine too. So we'll take the toes to sky, so we're in a 90-degree angle, and we'll place that block skinny lengthwise between the 2 feet. Ankles are over the hips, and you can have slight flexion in the feet here, making sure that you've got that nice neutral position. So if you need to find that quickly, you can just simply arch the back, flatten the back, and find that nice juicy neutral in the middle. So you have about a hand's width space underneath your sacrum to the mat. And on the inhale breath, we'll begin to lower down to about a 45-degree angle. The lower you go, the more challenging, and then we'll rise. And drawing that navel in towards the spine. And we'll be here for another 8, 6, 4, 2, last 1. Grabbing that block, placing it to the side. We don't need it anymore. Good riddance. Hug the knees into chest. Maybe massaging the base of the tailbone in a figure 8-like motion from side to side. And guys, if you would like to take a nice final resting pose here, pentacle, shavasana, just hang out for a bit. Or if you are ready and energized to go on with your day or end your day wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed it. I know we did. And all the love.